Hi, this is Mrs. Murdock, and today we are comparing mitosis and meiosis. So we are going to go down the list here, and first we're going to start with mitosis because we've already studied that, and it might be more recognizable to you. Let me just open this up. There we go. Mitosis. The purpose of mitosis is for growth. Whoop. Of course, it doesn't work right when I need it to. Okay. There we go. Okay. So the purpose of mitosis is for growth, repair, and replacement. To make more cells that are exactly like the cells you already have, right? So remember we talked about this, the reason why babies get bigger and bigger is because they're made of more and more and more cells, not because the cells are getting bigger. What kind of cells do this? Body cells do this. Body cells. For example, your skin cells go through mitosis a lot because they're constantly sloughing off and needing to be replaced. So a skin cell is a good example of a cell that does a lot of mitosis. Number of daughter cells created? 2. You make 2 of them. Every time you do mitosis, you produce 2 more cells that were exactly like the parent cell. Are the daughter cells haploid or diploid? So we haven't really talked about that yet, but I will say they are diploid. And what that means is they have all the chromosomes they need. They have all of them, right? They have all chromosomes that are needed. How many chromosomes do we have in our body cells, guys? Do you know? Somebody said 23, you're half there. 46, that's it. We have 46 chromosomes in every single body cell. So the diploid number would be 46. We have 46 in a human. Okay. In meiosis, I'll just go over here and add this. Meiosis produces cells that only have the haploid number. The haploid number, in a human, that would be 23. Haploid sounds like half, and that's exactly what it is. You only have half of the chromosomes. And there's going to be a logical reason to that the more we talk about meiosis. You'll see why. Okay. So compare genes of parent to the daughter cells. Parents are the same as daughters in every way, completely identical. Are the genes shuffled? No. Meaning the parent cell, right? Not like a human entire parent, but the parent cell are the same as the daughter cell. I'm glad you made that point, right? So parent cells are equal to the daughter cells in every way. They've got the same number of chromosomes, the exact same genes, nothing's different. No gene shuffling, no. And how many divisions? 1. 1 division to create 2 new cells, and that's it. So far, that should make sense with what you've already learned about mitosis, right? Because we've been through that pretty thoroughly. Meiosis, on the other hand, is very different. Meiosis is also a form of cell division, but in meiosis, the purpose is reproduction. Reproduction. To make gametes. That's the purpose, to make very special cells called gametes. Okay. Which cells do this? Cells in the ovaries and testes. So only very special cells in the ovaries and testes. These are the gonads, or the reproductive organs of animals. And believe it or not, plants also have areas in them which are called ovaries and not exactly testes, but which produce the same things. An advanced plant like that tree out there has sexual organs, does meiosis to produce sperm and egg. If you give your honey a bouquet of flowers on Valentine's Day, you're actually giving them a bouquet of plant ovaries. And the pollen that's all over your car sometimes in the springtime, pollen is sperm. Pollen is plant sperm. So your car has been pollinated. Kind of an interesting thing to think about. Yeah. I don't think so, because the cells aren't compatible at the cellular level, right? So if a sperm from a pollen, right, a pollen grain were to get into an animal, it wouldn't be able to penetrate the egg cell. It doesn't have the right surface proteins. That's a really good question, Henry. Really good. Number of daughter cells in meiosis, you actually make 4 daughter cells. And the genes of parents compared to the daughter cells, the parents are different, right? Parent cells are not the same at all. Daughter cells and parent cells are different by design, very different. And it's actually a really good thing and advantageous to sexual reproducing organisms that they're different. So parent cells not equal. You understand what my not equal sign means, right? Kind of using that as a shorthand. Genes shuffled? Yes, just like a card deck. You do shuffle the genes as you're making sperm and egg cells. Yes. How many divisions? 2 different divisions. 2 divisions. One to make the first 2 cells, and then those 2 cells divide again. Okay, I'm going to go on down here and continue. Here we go. Vocabulary, a little bit of vocabulary here. A homologous pair of chromosomes. Like a homologous pair of chromosomes would look like this. Exactly the same size and shape. But, so let me finish this. A pair of chromosomes that are the same size and shape and carry genes for the same traits. There, I'm going to give you a minute to write that. So homologous pair of chromosomes that look like this are the same size and shape, you can see that, right? And carry genes for the same traits. So for example, maybe there's a gene right here, right in that location right there that's for eye color. And maybe the genes on this chromosome are for blue eye color, whereas the ones over here are for eye color, but maybe they're for brown eye color. So you see it's for genes for the same traits, but might be a different version of those traits. So that's what a homologous pair is. So would this be a homologous pair? No, not the same size and shape. They have to be the same size and shape, right? Okay. Haploid means half the normal number of chromosomes. So what kind of a human cell would be haploid? would only have half the number of chromosomes? A sperm or an egg cell? Right, so I'll write a sperm cell here. An egg cell would also be correct. So if your skin has 46 chromosomes, how many chromosomes would your sperm have? 23. That's it. That's the haploid number of a human sperm or egg cell. Very good. Diploid means the whole number of chromosomes, all of them. So the entire number of chromosomes. So you can put a lot of different examples here. Any type of body cell, right? Your brain cell, your skin cell, your stomach cell, your muscle cell, all of those different cells are going to be diploid. So I'll put skin because we keep talking about that. So a skin cell is diploid and it has 46 chromosomes. There you go. Okay, some more things that turn up in this unit that the SOL loves to ask you about are asexual versus sexual production. What are those words meaning? So asexual reproduction means reproduction without sex, basically. It means you have one parent, right? One parent creates offspring identical to itself. So no sperm and egg get made. You just make a baby, either it buds off of you. Some mushrooms do that. The yeast cells do that. They just sort of bud off offspring. Or bacteria when they divide, or single-cell protistan when it divides. So like an amoeba is a single-celled organism, right? And an amoeba, it reproduces asexually by doing mitosis. When an amoeba divides, it's not making any sperm or egg, it's not shuffling any genes, and it's creating offspring that are identical to itself. So there you go. Sexual reproduction is what more advanced organisms do, and it's got a lot of advantages. So this occurs when you have two parents. Two parents create sperm and egg cells and then if the sentence is finished here, which fuse to form a genetically different offspring. So you have an egg cell and you have a sperm cell. And you have 23 chromosomes in there and 23 chromosomes in the egg, and they come together to make a zygote with 46 chromosomes that grows into a new baby, right? That's sexual reproduction. But it can't happen without meiosis, because meiosis creates the sperm and egg. So a male and female pair of cats mate to have a litter of kittens that are a mixture of all of their traits. Okay, and that gives you a good overview of this. So I'm going to stop the camera now. I hope that was helpful.